Welcome to Tiana Stories. Are you ready for an amazing adventure? Sit back, relax, and let your imagination soar as we dive into another exciting story. Whether it's a tale of bravery, kindness, or a lesson to learn, there's always something fun waiting for you. Let's begin. Today's story is The Hardworking Bee. Once upon a time, in a lively meadow full of colorful flowers, there lived a little bee named Bella. Bella was a hardworking bee who lived in a big beehive with her family. Every day, the bees would fly out into the meadow to gather nectar from the flowers. They would bring the nectar back to the hive to make sweet honey. Bella was one of the busiest bees in the hive. She would wake up early in the morning, even before the sun rose, and buzz out of the hive to start her day. Bella loved the feeling of the warm sun on her wings and the sweet smell of the flowers as she flew from one to another, collecting nectar. One day, as Bella was busy gathering nectar, she noticed a group of other bees resting on a nearby leaf. They were chatting and laughing, not working at all. "Why aren't you working?" Bella asked them as she hovered nearby. One of the bees, named Buzz, replied, "We're tired, Bella. There's so much nectar to collect, and it's such hard work. We just want to relax for a bit. But we have to work hard to make honey for the hive," Bella said. "If we don't gather enough nectar, there won't be enough honey for everyone to eat during the winter." Buzz and the other bees just shrugged. "There are so many flowers in the meadow," Buzz said. "There's plenty of time to collect more nectar later." Bella felt a little sad that the other bees didn't want to work as hard as she did, but she didn't let that stop her. She knew how important it was to gather enough nectar, so she flew off and continued working. As the days passed, Bella kept working diligently. She collected nectar from every flower she could find and brought it back to the hive. Meanwhile, Buzz and the other bees continued to rest more than they worked. They would only gather nectar when they felt like it, and they often spent more time relaxing than flying. Soon, the summer began to come to an end, and the flowers in the meadow started to disappear. The days grew shorter, and the nights grew colder. The bees knew that winter was coming, and they would soon have to stay inside the hive until spring. One chilly morning, the queen bee called all the bees together in the hive. "It's time to see how much honey we've made for the winter," she said. "We need enough to feed everyone until the flowers bloom again in the spring." The bees opened the honeycomb and looked inside. Bella's eyes sparkled with pride when she saw how much honey she had helped make. But when Buzz and the other bees saw the honey, their faces fell. There wasn't as much honey as they had expected. "We didn't make enough honey," Buzz cried. "What are we going to do?" The queen bee looked at all the bees and said, "We have enough honey to survive the winter, thanks to the hardworking bees like Bella. But it will be a long winter, and it might be difficult for us if we don't have enough to share." Buzz and the other bees felt ashamed. They realized that they had spent too much time resting and not enough time working. They wished they had been more like Bella, who had worked hard every day without complaining. The queen bee spoke again. "Let this be a lesson to all of us. Hard work and dedication are important. When we all work together, we can achieve great things and ensure that everyone is taken care of." Buzz and the other bees nodded. They promised to work harder when spring came, just like Bella, so that the hive would always have enough honey. That winter, the bees huddled together in the hive, staying warm and sharing the honey they had made. Thanks to Bella's hard work, they all made it through the winter safely. When spring arrived, the flowers bloomed again, and the bees flew out into the meadow once more. This time, Buzz and the other bees worked just as hard as Bella. They flew from flower to flower, gathering nectar and bringing it back to the hive. And as they worked, they remembered the lesson they had learned. Hard work and teamwork make the hive a happy and healthy place for everyone. And so, Bella and her fellow bees lived happily ever after, always working together to make the sweetest honey in the meadow. We hope you enjoyed today's story. Remember, every story has a lesson, and every lesson makes us wiser. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wonderful stories. And if you have a favorite tale you'd like to hear, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep learning, and always stay curious.